Right, first bit of bad news. It is going to be £149.95 because it's fixed pricing. So it's always something in there. It's always something. So yeah, I agreed on the phone, £149.95, and I'd said, I've already told you this, but in the previous episode, I said I paid £120 last time, and then I said there's 20% discount online, but I couldn't book online because it errored out. And it turns out that I can't have that. It's fixed pricing. There's nothing they can do about it. So there you go. Back in mine. Kids' seats, dirtiness, normal seats. No button to heat my steering wheel there. No leather trim, no Bose sound system. It's all good though. It's all good. I'm back in it, so I'll make sure that the wipers are off because it's actually trying to snow now. But there you go. What's the charge now, I wonder? What if they've charged it up? No. It's good, isn't it? Yeah. Servicing. Right, so I got my little pack. Thank you for having your car serviced. £150, or £149. As I just saw, the car hasn't been charged, but then again, they don't fill it with petrol either, I don't suppose, when they've serviced it, so I suppose you can't complain, but it would be a nice little touch. The clean being done on the car is rubbish. It was terrible when it came in, but it was intentionally left terrible, because I thought for 100, well, even for 100 quid, which is what I thought it was going to be initially, so carried out, this is the sheet, carried out a major service to spec, and the parts that we used was air filter, which must be to do with the air conditioning, I'm assuming, the climate system. Brake fluid, 1 litre, unlikely. Unless they flushed the system, perhaps did they replaced it, which they might have done. And screen wash, 250 millilitres. That's a bargain, £1.63. I could get 120 miles on that. Yeah, and it came to £149. So in parts, you're talking £28 for the parts. So 30 quid. And then the remainder is presumably, doesn't actually say. Well, operations is £94.50, and that's all plus VAT, of course. 25 quid of that. That service thing, they need to sort that out, because that's a rip-off. Not Wessex, it's been set by Nissan apparently. It's just, you know when you're being done, don't you? You just know it. You're like, yeah, I haven't been done here. So I might look around next time, see if I can find somewhere who just do it for 50 quid. I think you probably need the tech to plug into the battery. That's probably what it is. It's because they have to buy ridiculously expensive equipment to be able to check the batteries and stuff. I will check to see if they have stamped the service book, which I left on the front passenger seat. That's what it looks like. Alright, let's have a look. So, oh my goodness, I just want to see the stamp on the service booklet. Go through all this. It must be here. There we go. Well, that's last I'd done 26th of the 1st, and now I'm at an 18th of the 1st. Mileage at first service was 17,000, and mileage at this service was 33,070. Nice. Battery information sheet. Current status of battery. It's full. Advice for your usage. Recommended plug and how to minimise the input. It's good, isn't it? Can you see that? Of your batteries with an F rather than a apostrophe. Someone hasn't proofread that. Seems to be using some sort of HTML as well for their titling. But they item frequent use of quick charging, cause of gradual loss capacity, your score. I think that star system is I presume it's just supposed to be real grey like that, because there's one missing at the bottom there. So I've got full stars, apart from your score is very high and good for your battery. Long-term parking with high state of charge. That's just bull, isn't it? It's just all made up. Excellent. That's made up. I'm going to close that up, and I'm going to put the service book back into the pack, because I'd imagine at the end of the agreement, if I haven't got that, they might not be very happy. So what do I think of the value of the service, as in the cost of it, the monetary value? 150 quid is a rip-off. That's what I think of that. And it kind of obviously takes away from your cost savings of the vehicle, which is a shame. But there you go. So I'm going to try and find next time somewhere cheaper. The first service is £99. Mike just had his done. It was his first time he's had it serviced at all, the car. It's done 32,000 his. Brilliant. And he's only had it 18 months. So yeah, he's just had his first service. It's probably around about 20,000 miles after it should have been done. And it was £99 anyway. So there you go. So he saved money. So that's how you save money, just have them serviced. I mean, you don't really need to, do you? To be fair. Bet you, if you never serviced this in 10 years, so if you had no problems from manufacturing, I could have this car. I bet you if I didn't service this for 10 years, I would have no problems at all. But there you go, because nothing really to go wrong, is it? Right, there you go. I'm driving off now. It's -4 degrees, and that's probably the end of this little video. So going back to the complimentary vacuum, let's have a little look what they've actually written out. I've just pulled up outside Nissan, so I haven't gone anywhere. I'm going to read what they've got on here. So part of this service thing, going back to that. Carried out a complimentary wash and vac. Carried out a complimentary electronic health check. Supplement complimentary Nissan assistant breakdown cover. Supply complimentary Nissan assistant breakdown cover. Carried out complimentary services. But I'll show you this cleaning job over the ice. So it's slightly hidden by the whiteness. There's the wheels. Yeah. So pressure washed one side once they're rotated. Yeah. So if you look at this front grille, dirt along the front of that. That just has not been cleaned off at all. There your wheels again. No stop clean wheels. Yeah, wheels again. Yeah. So now, do I moan about stuff? Well, I am moaning, but for very good reason. Because that costs 150 quid, and it should be a higher standard than that. It should be when you clean something, but it's because it's put in there as complimentary. It's not a requirement of the service. It's complimentary, so key is not detected. That's a bit worrying. Key is not detected. Has that gone dead? I wonder. Key. Excuse me. Key is not detected. That's worried me slightly. Yeah. Anyway, I paid 150 quid. I'll film this in a minute, see what the outcome of this is. Paid 150 quid for a service, and you kind of expect that to be nicely cleaned. I was looking forward to it anyway. Anyway, I'm gonna go off now to pick up a parcel. I'm now thinking, should I really should I be going to Tesco's to get a battery for this? Don't know. Find out in a bit. So that's the message I'm getting. But there is my key. See? Strange. We'll see what happens. So not only have I got that, but I've also got the triangle, and I don't know if that triangle's to do with that there, or that triangle's something else. But we will find out, I guess. The car has fixed itself. There we go. Excellent. I'm happy with that. It's back alive again. There it is in there. So it must have suddenly worked again. It's probably because the battery's low, I would imagine. So I think I might have to start hunting for a battery for that thing. Travelling home, and it's -2. The lights, as you can probably tell, I've just noticed I got out of the street lighting. They are terrible. They must be completely iced over. So I'm going to pull over and check that. I've never ever had to clean my headlights off before. I've been driving 16, 17 years, something like that. I've never had to clean ice off of the top because of the design of them, I suppose. Yeah, see, look, can you see? You probably can. It's just about melting, look. See? Because of the shape of them, you can just kind of see it, focus it, and that's starting to melt there. Ugh. Because of the shape of them, the ice sort of sits on top of them. I presume some of you guys in colder climates will have discovered that. Look at that, that's better. Discovered that already. So, yeah, that's cleaned off anyway. That's a lot better. Okay, in contrast, you can see there's 3 bubbles. Well, there was. As I started filming, it's gone. I've literally just left home, got to the top of the hill, and rolling down it. The 3 bubbles become available. So that's the difference between the 2. I mean, those bubbles don't become available at all on my journey to work in the 30 kilowatt hour. So it uses a lot more power straight off 24, obviously. But I'm just really highlighting, I suppose, the fact that you can't make the most of the regeneration because it's so fully charged. So you'd have to charge to 80% to make the most. It's kind of a bit of a pedantic point, really. The car will go further, so it doesn't really matter. But if you want to get the most efficient drive, then obviously you need to be charging up to a point where the maximum amount of regen is available. So yeah, keep that in mind. Hooray! Day late, but 2 years and 1 day I've had this Leaf. There you go. Currently on 33,273 miles. Only another 2 years left on this lease. So if you can hear a creaking noise, it's the camera holder thing. So started doing it for some reason. So yes, how cool is that? 95% battery charge. So 2 years of complete bliss and joy, EV driving. Most of the time. Actually, I would say the majority of the time, yeah. With some extreme adventures in the middle. So another 2 years left, 50% of the way through. Got to really start planning now for my next one, because if I want to not contract hire it but want to purchase, I know the car I'll be purchasing most likely, unless the range of options suddenly gets extended with the likes of the Bolt or some sort of really range extend Zoe or bigger Leaf, then obviously it will most likely be a Tesla. So that requires quite a lot of money. So I've got to think of some way of getting enough money to put a deposit down. Money which I don't have. So I've got a couple of plans. Robbing a bank, but I think that's probably too risky. To be honest, I've had a good think about it. And unfortunately all these branches are closing down. So it gets more difficult now. You have to go into the city. There's more cameras in the city. So I've kind of ruled that out. So yeah. So it's cash point machines. But they're usually trailed now by security vans. Or it might just be good, honest, hard work. So I'm going to pick from those 3. So the first one really is out. So it's just a toss-up between robbing ATM machines or honestly doing it. Right, charging up at the services on the way to Bristol. Again, I have an error message on the dashboard. But another Leaf here. Charging up as well. I had to wait a little bit longer than when I did when I had to charge a 30 kilowatt hour. Been spoiled, haven't I? But there you go.
Really bother me.
It's about electric cars
really
on the radio.
Eco-friendly sort of thing. I know it's bad to say, but I suppose if it got to the point where there was a lot of help, then you wouldn't you? Because it'd help you out in the long run.
That infrastructure, you'd certainly consider it.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Not where we live, because there's no charging points at all.
Couldn't
countryside, so the villagers don't have points for that. You'd have to go into the main town to get your charge point to come back to another location.
But if you did live in a city where there were
Charge at home.
points, would that make a difference?
Big difference, definitely, yeah.
You would consider that kind of switch to an electric vehicle?
Yes, definitely, yes.
Yes, I think it would make a big impact on bills for the car journeys.
That's one of your vehicles, sir. What is that?
It's a zero emissions van.
Coming to work this morning, just turning into work, and what comes driving the other way? Black Tesla, 15 plate. Thought it was, looking at it thinking that's a Tesla coming towards me, and it was. Be as common as muck soon, so yeah. So, Amy went out yesterday with the boys and that, and ended up going to Cribbs Causeway, and they've come back with Tesla calendar, yeah, like a Tesla thing with the thing. Now this wasn't her doing, because she is not keen on anything to do with it, because there were ludicrous, never mind ludicrous speed, ludicrous, see, so yeah, the ludicrous amount of money, the almost unjustifiable amount of money that they cost, even second hand. I mean new, that's another thing altogether. Good, isn't it? And that's pretty special. That's pretty good, that. I haven't seen that one before, so something new. 34,000 miles on the old clock, which is pretty neat. Missed it again by 1 mile, but there we go. 34,000.